So I'm working on getting a contract sent out to a client, but quite honestly, I don't remember this. I got to do a better job at this. I sent him a price. I sent him a price. I sent him three prices, like a low, a medium, and a high. And so I don't remember what we agreed on. And so looking back on it, the house needs a little bit of work, and I'm seeing a little signs of like settling. And so I don't know if the foundation's gonna come back completely off or just within like the acceptable range, right? And so with what activities happening, I'm gonna go back and look real quick on what's going on in that area and just see what my competition is and see what's actively sold there and where I want to list this thing. And so I just want to get a feel for what's out there. Oh, good lord. What's the subdivision? Excuse me. This coffee. Damn, I messed up. I'm drinking coffee, and it's Sunday evening. Your boy's gonna be hurting. Okay, so I just want to go look real quick and see what I find and what the competition is showing me. And so I just want to be right. I want to be right. I don't want to be off. I want to be right. I want to be just right. And so what was this one? And so when I'm going back, because I'm just looking back and looking back at some of the stuff that was I'm gonna convince them to go a little bit on the higher side of what I liked, just because I like where we're at. I like what I'm seeing. It's probably gonna be a little aggressive, but we won't know. And the goal is to get my client the most that I can within range. And so I'm just trying to compare what this house is to what it was, and to what's out there, you know. And so these things are selling. I'm trying to find the sweet spot. I'm trying to find the perfect sweet spot. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put on this price just because um I'm gonna go ahead and put what I want on this thing because I feel comfortable with what I'm seeing and what's going on, and I'm gonna just let him know that this is what we're doing. Um, and I want to explain this stuff information to him when we get here, and so we're good. This is good. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And so the purpose of this video and the videos going forward is just to give you guys a real reality understanding of what goes on in this industry. I feel like a lot of people glorify this industry like we're just sitting back here cashing checks, you know, and it's all fine and dandy. Like, don't get me wrong, like that happens, right? We get paid. We and the better you are at this job, the more you'll make. And so, but it's not all easy. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. This is a very self-driven business. You go to work normally, right? And you have a boss that you answer to, whether you like it or not. You have certain rules and like a SOP, like a standard operating procedure of like your day-to-day activity. That's just what it is, right? You have a job to do. And so here, there's really no one holding you accountable as to what you may or may not need to do when it comes to this industry, which is why I feel like a lot of people have trouble with like staying in this industry, but also like finding their way because there's no one here really to hold your hand. You know, there is teams, there is others in the area, in the broker and all that stuff that'll help you. But at the end of the day, like it's ultimately up to you if you want to survive in this industry or not. And so for me, I don't have anything else to fall back on. I'm not going back to the plants. I'm just not doing that. And so for me, it's just easy for me to do this because I don't have another option. If I don't do this job, I lose my house, I lose my car, I don't have a place to live. I'm just not taking no for an answer. And so that's just me. And so that's just what I feel like I'm doing. That's just what I feel like I need to be doing. And so it's easy when your back's against the wall and there's no other option. And I think sometimes when I was a part-time agent, I kind of didn't really need to work that hard because I had the means of money coming in still through my other career. And so it's just one of those things that I just wasn't going to do. And so or I don't have another option. And so I'm gonna send this. I sent this contract to him, and so I'm just waiting for signatures. And so that's why it's a little bit easier for me to really just push through this, because there's no other thing I'm gonna do. I don't have anything else. And so, but the reality of it is this I'm sitting here today being more intentional about what I'm doing. Like, I have a calendar that I'm sitting down. I'm leveraging Google Docs a lot more because I have a TC that I pay out of my pocket every transaction that I get. And I'll be honest with you, I am not the best when it comes to sitting. I don't thrive. I'm not the best. I can get it done. I don't thrive, and I don't enjoy doing the compliance paperwork, the contract paperwork, not the contracts, I don't mind, the compliance paperwork of this business. There's a lot of forms, there's a lot of documents, there's a lot of things that need to be filled out and implemented. There's signatures, deadlines, all this. And quite honestly, I'm not the most organized when it comes to that. That is not my, that's not my groove. So I hired someone that takes care of all that for me. And this individual has been really the backbone of my business, because without her, I wouldn't be able to go out there and nourish the relationships and be out in the field bringing in the deals. And so I bring them in, I start the paperwork, I get it all going, and then I pass it over to her, and she helps me a lot with doing this. The rest of it, right? And so she also reminds me calendar dates and important dates and deadlines and things like that, which is super important to have a track of, because you can miss out on some stuff. You can cost people some money. And so I realized that, like, I'm just not good at those things. And so I had to implement a system and hire her and bring someone on my team that picks up the slack where I'm not good at. In trying to do everything at once by myself, you know, when you've got 3 or 4 deals working, it's a little difficult. And so it's easier for me to do this career because it's just me. I'm a single dude. I don't have any kids, and I can really hyper focus on this business. And so that may or may not be the case for you. And so I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I am, and so I have no excuse. And so something that I'm doing this year is being a lot more organized in this, in the paper trail, the deadlines, scheduling things, doing these things, because I need to figure out, now that I think about it, I got okay, that's later. And so I'm being a lot more intentional about what I'm doing and just being organized, because I've been able to do like 4 mil in sales last year, a little bit over, I believe, over 12 families that I helped. I've been able to do this stuff kind of loose. And so I need to be really intentional about what I'm doing so that I can take this business to the next level. And in order to do so, I just need the structure. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And so some of the stuff that's happening with me too also, though, is I get the business from social media. And I'm going to break this down for you guys. I know it's very difficult to get on camera. I'm not a social media person. I'm not one to be on the camera, right? These are all things that I used to tell myself. And then I just looked at it from this perspective. And so we can get on Instagram, and I'll just look at a post that I'll make, right? And so I'll look at, like, let me see. I just posted something. I wish I could tell you guys that this has been the easiest career of a few minutes ago, and I'm at 114 views. And so I've got stuff that does 300, stuff that does 800, does stuff that does 200, stuff that does 2,000, and then 1,300. And so these are views. right? And so what I look at this as a tool. And so there's a couple of things you can do. And the way that I've been doing it is, quite honestly, to keep it the easiest, the most authentic, transparent way is just being me. I don't try to pretend like I'm something else. I don't try to. I mean, sometimes I do. I think I've worked through that. The cars was a part of like trying to upkeep this status quo, and just this certain thing, And so I'm working on being a lot more efficient. I'm still a car guy at heart. I'm just working on being a lot more efficient. So, what I've been able to do is I leverage social media really heavily because of the fact that it is a lot easier for me to reach 200 people than it is to reach, uh, I, I can create this content from the comfort of my home, put it out there once, and it can reach just boom, a couple hundred people, right? Sometimes a couple thousand people. And so for me, when I look at what is the most efficient way for me to have conversations with people and or just put myself out there, and quite honestly, that's social media. As much as you like it or you don't like it, and again, this is just what I've been able to build my business on. I do not have another lead generating system. I do not have another. I don't pay for leads. I don't do any of that. I simply just promote myself on social media. And one of the things that I've been working on doing this year is just being a lot more intentional with what I got going on. And so this is what works for me. This is what works for me. I know friends that do other stuff, but this has been the sustainability of my business. And so right now, currently what I'm doing on social media, I'll be honest with you, I love sunsets. I love the way the colors of the sunset with the yellow and the orange, that like purple color. I think it's just something super, super beautiful that I started just kind of posting because I like it. And so I've asked people jokingly, didn't think that was going to work. And I said, hey, y'all send me y'all's sunsets. And so people started sending me their sunsets. And so now what I'm doing is I'm posting sunsets that people send me that I think are beautiful, and I post them. And so what's funny is something as simple as a sunset has allowed me to sort of build a little community, a little trend around my followers and my people on social media, where when they think of the sun and it's that beautiful purple, orange, yellow color, they think of me, and so they send me their sunsets. And so then what I do is I share them because I like them and I think they're beautiful, and it's just created a little community around this. And so then on top of that, I talk a little bit about my goals that I'm doing this year. I also go into a little bit about like the dating scene and what I'm struggling with when it comes to kind of like the dating life and love life type of stuff, right? I talk a little bit about that. I'll do podcasts and randomly here and there, which is something I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional. The podcast is just something that I just want to take and just not have any particular topic. I just want to like, what are we dealing with as humans in this season, right? And in this season, there's a lot of people that are going through divorces. There's a lot of people that are dealing with this flu thing that's going around. It's expensive still for a lot of people. So everybody's in a different chapter or season of their life. And I think there's so much we can learn from all those that I just want to capture some of the realness, authenticity of what it is that we as humans go through. And so I've got some stuff lined up. I got a podcast Wednesday. I am meeting up another agent to help them talk about business and things that we've got going on. Monday, I've got a lot of stuff happening. There's my scatterbrain kind of going all over the place, right? And so, I am just using social media to really sell myself and build something around me. I live in the Kemah, League City area. I'm on the east side of League City, on the better side of League City, in my opinion. I'm just kidding. There's a tension between, not tension, but like people are like, I don't want to live on the east side. I mean, on the, what do you call it? West side of League City. I want to live on the newer side or whatever. And so I've heard that. I don't know why, but that was just a dumb comment that I made. Anyways, so there's a lot of cool stuff happening around here. I am trying to capture a little bit more as to what's going on around this area. I'm slowly starting to kind of be like the Kemah League City guy amongst my friends group. And they know that, like, I just love the hell out of this area. I love being over here by the water. It's relaxing. It's just a cool community to be around. There's golf carts, there's boats, the marina. There's always cool cars around here. There's tons of places to eat, a ton of live music, a ton of just awesome stuff going on around here that I just want to bring a little bit of attention to what goes on, because this is a cool, dope lifestyle. And so I'm slowly leveraging a little bit of that. And so there's a lot of stuff happening. And so all this is just to just bring a little bit more connection with people outside of just your regular bland ass real estate marketing that everybody's doing. Everybody's doing that. And if everybody's doing it, no one is standing out when you do that. There's only so much editing you can do. There's only so much like stuff you can put up that it's just like overly saturated. And so when I look at that and I look at what can I do to stand apart from it, is one, I can just dress and just be the dude that I am, and then just bring a little flavor to it, man. Bring a little of my own stuff that I enjoy about this area and just sell that. And that's what my approach is to this week. And so I'm going to try to incorporate a little bit more of my favorite local spots going into the content game this year, places to eat, things to do around here. There's just a lot of cool stuff that I am just slowly starting to kind of think about when it comes. Think about when it comes time to just be a little bit more intentional about what's going on. And so, and this is just me being creative with social media. This is just me leveraging social media to just capture, like I said, things that I enjoy. And it's just something to build a community around me and an area around me without having to be the boring traditional, like, I'm a real estate guy, call me if you need to buy and sell a house. That's just so everybody's doing that. Like, it's so annoying. Let's just do something to be a little bit more authentic, a little bit more real. Give me some personality. Who are you? What do you like? What don't you like? And so it's something that I'm doing. And so that's kind of my marketing approach to it this year. I am going to definitely document a lot more as to what's going on behind the scenes. I'm implementing a calendar, implementing Google Docs to stay up to date with my transaction coordinator that I hired. And so I need both of us to be on the same page. I'm trying to create this system that works so that it all flows really good. As I get busier, I am not so overwhelmed. I am not so stressed out trying to keep track of everything. It's all documented here, and Google Docs allows me to pick this up and look at it from everywhere. I put something on my laptop. I put something on my desktop, and I can share it with my TC, so we all know what we're doing, and we're not missing important dates. We're not missing certain things, and we're all have a clean and clear understanding of what is going on in this business. And so from a business perspective, I think marketing this area and being the guy around here is going to help me a little bit more to sell this area. I don't want to start. I live here, I eat here, I work here. I want to be the guy that is the go-to guy for here. And so I think I bring a little bit of a flavor, a little bit of charisma, a little bit of just underdog kind of deal. And I honestly, man, I'm a little bit more aware and confident of, like, I'm a pretty cool dude. I really feel like I'm just a cool dude. I don't really get in the way of a lot of stuff. I'm pretty easygoing. I can talk to everybody. I'm really intrigued and curious about a lot of people and how they do things and how they operate. And so I think that's a gift that I have, and I just need to really leverage my gift. And so that's where we're at from the business perspective. In the midst of all this business, it's a little chaos, right? And so, like, I've got a little bit of a mess in here just because sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed. And so I've gotten what I need to take care of today done. I'm going to sit down, and I like paper calendars. I really do. I like writing. I like just doing that instead of typing. It brings me back a little bit more to the basics. And so, but I understand that I can't carry this around all the time. And so sometimes I'm going to try to sit down once or twice a week and match my paper calendar with my Google Docs calendar. And so that way my transaction coordinator knows what's going on, and I can also look at my calendar from my phone when I'm out and about, and I'm not having to carry this around. What else? And so I've got some leads I need to follow up with this year with that we're waiting on last year. I've got a lot more content stuff happening around here. And so this is where I'm at right now. Right now, I am working on 3 deals under contract. 2 deals just got pushed back. They were supposed to close this Friday. They didn't. We're aiming towards like Monday or Tuesday. More than likely Tuesday. I need to just make sure last little few things are right leading up into Monday morning. Double check with everybody. Make sure everybody has everything they need so we're good. I need to, I've got scheduling pictures for a property that I'm going to list this weekend. That's the contract stuff that I just sent out to this individual. The podcast with somebody that I admire that's doing awesome stuff in this industry. I got something else going on Friday evening. I've got a meeting with some other agent that I'm helping them kind of probably coach them through this industry. And things are moving. And so this is just all helping me stay afloat. I'm organizing. That's the goal for this year, is to stay organized. And so also this is going to allow me to keep track through Google Docs. I created a worksheet, and it's going to allow me to kind of just act as my, my CRM or whatever it's called. And so it'll let me, like, I've had leads. I've got, where did I do here? Here we go. Okay. What does this button do? Okay. I've got it. So I've got this thing broken down to like leads, listings, executed contracts, and closed. And so I'm going to try to keep this organized here. That way I can go back and look at this if I need anything and just put some notes in here so me and my transaction coordinator are on the same page. This is where I'm at, man. This is where I'm at right now. Working on those 2 deals that are supposed to close Tuesday, hopefully. Following up with another one that closes at the end of this month. The 24th, I think, is that, or 23rd. I can't remember what it was. It's next, not this week coming up, but the following one. So there's a lot of cool things happening, and this is all because I've been praying to God to help me to get me through this season and open these opportunities for me, and just help guide me through this stuff, because this is very difficult to do alone. And for me, I've been working on my faith. And that's my spiritual journey that I'm working on there. And he's answered. He's proven me time and time again that I'm not in this by myself. He's here with me, helping me through this. And so we are being very intentional about that. Working on those deals there. Where am I at? This is it, man. I think this is it for the day. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too exciting. I'm just getting organized, and I've got a game plan going into this week as to what's happening. And so this is it. And so I'm gonna work on. This is just a structure of the business. I'm gonna work on continuing to dump more content on social media, but not just random content, like intentional content that's good, juicy, sexy stuff that's going on. And so that's it. We're good. I did everything I needed to do on there. I'm going to work on this calendar. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but that's it. We're just staying organized right now. It's the third. We're going into the third week of, what does this say? 24th week. Yeah, we're going into the third week of January, and we've already been stressed out, let down. It's been emotional. It's been crazy already into the third week. Could you imagine what the rest of the year is going to look like if this is what we're having to do? We're having to just go back to the drawing boards and be a little bit more organized because we have an influx of business. Bro, that is awesome. Into the third week, 3 deals hopefully closing in the third week of January, with 1, 2, 3, a 4th one potentially coming to market. What more could you want? This is just the best thing that could have happened to me in my career, but it's because I've been doing the work. I do the work, put the reps in. You guys that are struggling with social media, it builds confidence. It builds character. It like just allow yourself to try. Every little doubt you have, every little thing that you're dealing with, is what I have felt with. Like, I've dealt with all that stuff. I know exactly what that feels like. I know how awkward every video that I post, I look at my lazy eye. I notice that I have more gaps in the top part of my teeth because I lost my retainer. My teeth are a little bit yellow because I'm drinking coffee. I sometimes, like, I have to shave my head all the time because, you know, then you can see like the shadows, all the insecurity stuff. I have a lazy eye. Like, there's so many things that I could think about and nitpick about myself. But at the end of the day, we all are human, and this is making me money. This is my livelihood. And all I've done is get out of my way. And once you get out of your way, you realize, like, what you're looking for to be able to take your business to the next level, it's here. It's like all internal. Not only in business, it's all one system. Like, the more confident you are about yourself, the more let's talk about confidence. Confidence is like, okay, so just like we get up every day, nonchalant, jump in a car, drive the car, go to work. We have done that in a routine so much that we are confident in our ability to maneuver and handle that car. Confidence in this industry is no different. You only have to build it once. You only have to learn this stuff once. You only have to put yourself out there once. Once you do it and you realize that it's not that bad, you're going to continue to do it, and you're like, damn, this whole time I've been missing out on business because my own dumb little thoughts were holding me back. I guarantee you, the sooner you get out of your way, the more money you're going to make, the more business you're going to get, and the more relationships you're going to be able to build with people. And if you don't know what to do when it comes to social media, sell me your personality. You're one individual that is only one person. You are one individual that has a lot of awesome, unique things about you. I am me, and there's no you. There's like, y'all can't be me. Y'all can, like, what do they say? You can steal the recipe, but the sauce won't taste the same. I'm me. Like, y'all aren't going to do this the way that I do it, and that's okay. Y'all are y'all's own person. Y'all have y'all's own tribe. You have your own stuff. Get out of your head. Get out of your head and put yourself out there. Worst that can happen is you realize what doesn't work and you fine tune it. I've been doing this stuff for, for 4 years. And I just now, last year was the first year that I had, that was an amazing year where I really had the confidence where, like, oh shit, I am doing this. I can do this. And so it's been 4 years of doubt, 4 years of depression, questioning my total existence in this industry, and just choosing not to give up. I don't have a backup plan. This is all I have to do. I'm not going back to the plant. I was miserable there. I was unfulfilled. I never want to allow myself to. It was a breakup that did it for me. It was a breakup that gave me the ability to just see all this. I went through a breakup, and ultimately I broke up with this person because I made an excuse, because it was easier for me to hyper focus on the one thing I didn't like about this relationship instead of me opening up and being vulnerable. I was so scared to be vulnerable. I was so scared to be myself and put myself out there that I found the one little thing, like a chicken shit, and I just blamed everything on that one little thing. And then what happened is I was like, excuse my language, but like, fuck, I regretted it. And I watched this person walk away and build their own life and do everything and all this other stuff. And I robbed myself of the experience because I created this like roadblock imaginary in my head that wasn't even real. And so what I remember feeling, and it was a dark, depressing time for me going through that, but what I learned from that, and I'm super thankful that I went through that. Does it suck? Does it hurt? Is it sad? Man, hell yeah, dude. Like, breakups are hard. And so what I told myself is that I will never allow myself to miss out on an experience or to see what could come of a certain opportunity simply because I am scared to jump. And so I worked on my vulnerability, and I worked on putting myself out there, not so much to worry about what the end result is, but to allow myself to experience just that thing. I didn't care if the relationship worked out or not. I didn't care if we ended up married or divorced or had 3 kids and then divorced or we ended up great. Like I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about, what hurt the most was that I didn't even allow myself to get to fully experience what that was because I was so scared to be vulnerable. And so like, who knows what it could have been like? Who knows where it would have ultimately, I think there was a lot of growth that I needed to do, and that experience taught me all this. And so I don't know if I would have been able to grow and learn all this now that I know if I wouldn't have gone through that. So I'm super thankful for what happened, and I'm super thankful of that experience. But I will never, ever, ever rob myself of experiencing certain things because I'm scared. Because I was scared to be vulnerable. Dude, that is a shitty feeling. That is a super shitty feeling. And that's what I did so long in this industry. I just was scared to put myself out there because of what people will say or think. And now I have people that, like, not to like stroke my own ego or whatever, but like, I have people come to me asking me questions about the clarity of my content, the delivery of my content, how I am able to do all this. And like, dude, people look up to me, and that's super cool. That's super like exciting. And so because of that, I am now being more intentional because I want people to be able to look at me and being like, damn, that dude got it. And like, why can't I win? Like, why can I not win? Like, why not me? I'm a cool dude. I get along with people. I'm a nice guy. I'm not an asshole. Like, I find myself, I think I'm like a pretty well-rounded person. Why can't a good guy win for once? Why is it that like all these people that are rich and successful, they're kind of like arrogant kind of assholes? Not all of them, but quite like that's the image that we get. Why can't I win? Like, why am I not worthy of like the work? Like, am I not worthy of the opportunity? Am I not worthy of that? Like, to be what it is that like I want to be? I don't know, man. Like, I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try. I'm not gonna give up until I push through every challenge and every hiccup that comes in this business, just so that I can see how far I can go. Part of this content is just creating and seeing how far I can push what I'm doing. That's it. If I can help somebody in the process, awesome. If I can look back and be like, damn, 3 years ago I posted that video. Like, I have videos online right now that are like that. And I look at the growth that I've been able to do. All this is evidence for me. I still struggle with like, being vulnerable. I still struggle with doubt, but all this that I'm working on and what I'm doing and I'm seeing what comes of it is just more evidence that solidifies who it is as a person that I am and what I'm able to do. And that is to apply myself, not take no for an answer, eliminate distractions, put those reps in, and then hit resistance, hit the wall, get knocked down, get punched in the dick, and then get back up and still push through every challenge that comes my way. And I'm going to continue to do so, and I'm going to continue to inspire other people just by walking. I want to help people. I want people to be able to find this level of freedom and this level of joy. And so I can't pressure or push somebody in that direction to do that. All I can do is just be the proof. Walk. Be the person that is that, and that hopefully is what I've noticed. Not hopefully, but that's what's happening around me. These people are gravitating towards me. These people are inspired by what I'm doing, and I'm not even really trying to do that. I'm just being me, enjoying my life, and just using this as a way to connect with people and just create like just a real life experience that we're all going through. Right now, social media is very fake. Social media is very fluffed, and we all know it's bullshit, but we still give into it. And so what I've noticed is the more intimate, the more real, the more authentic stuff is working. Oh, everything go through on that. So yeah, we should be good tomorrow. See, and this is a buddy of mine that just comes over and talks, and he's asking me how my cell went through. And that's dope, bro. Like, that's dope that, like, bro, like, sometimes I could cry because of, like, the people that I have around me that, like, I've gave them a seat at the table because I'm vulnerable. And I share these connections with people. And this is the success. This is why I have success in this business, because I have these awesome, intimate relationships with people that we're real with each other. We're vulnerable. We talk about uncomfortable things. We go through we express when we're down, when we're sad, when we're depressed, when we're this, when we're that. I'm putting that out there and it's coming back. So that's what sets me apart from other agents, is the real connection. And this whole time y'all are doubting yourselves. Y'all think it's got to be something real estate related, and it doesn't. Just be yourself. Be yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. I'm not going to continue yapping and going any further into this video because I don't want it to be too long. But like, get out of your head. Test it. Test whatever it is that you're doing. Try it. Put yourself out there and see what happens. Call me, text me, message me. Let's work on it together. Let's see about let's see what happens. None of us know what we're doing. We're all trying. And so I just been trying a little bit more because I went through the breakup and I know what it felt like to never, experience something because I was scared to be vulnerable, and that's a shitty feeling. I will never do that to myself. And so I'm going to try to do these 3 times a week, maybe twice a week, as business gets a little bit busier. I want you guys to really understand what goes on behind this. I want you guys to really understand the stress, the anxiety, the emotional roller coaster of happiness, joy, all this other stuff, and just the grit and the I'm not giving up like dog in me that just approaches business from this industry. And so for this approach. And so this is what I've been able to build this business on, man. I'm like I said, I'm $4 million in sales last year, a little bit over 12 families helped. I think it was like 13 or 14 families that I helped. And I did it all through social media. I did it all through relationship building. I did it all through really not even really real estate related. I just be having fun, dog. I just be having fun. My life is a lot of fun, and I'm trying to be a little bit more grounded and humble and enjoying everything that I do have, because I have everything that I need. I've got wonderful, awesome, amazing people around me. I have a house that I can do this stuff from. I have this business that supports me. I have the people that depend on me, that refer me out, that trust me, that people that reach out to me, that love me. Bro, I live a really good life. Like, I really genuinely do live a really good life. And it's because I just put myself out there, and I'm human and I'm relatable. And I wish that everybody can feel what it feels like to be vulnerable and put yourself out there and watch it not be as scary or as fearful as you thought it was going to be. I challenge you guys to do that seriously this week in anything new. Challenge yourselves to just be a little bit more true and authentic to who you are. Much love as always, and I will update you guys on the next video.